Today, my home is finally auctioned off by the bank. 10 years of hard work have gone to waste. I used to be a businessman. A few years ago, I took out a loan of several million RMB to buy a large riverside condo. Since June of last year, my company has been experiencing financial difficulties, and I can't afford my monthly mortgage of $1,700. From the first month, I couldn't make the monthly payments. The bank started calling me, urging me to pay back over and over again.
银行就开始给我打电话催，一遍一遍的催。
房贷人都得过什么样的生活呢？
What kind of life do people with mortgages lead? I earn about $840 a month, but I have to pay $560 every month for my mortgage. The remaining $280 is what I can spend. Food, transportation, phone bills, and toiletries all need to be paid for. No need to buy any makeup or clothes. I personally never dare to order takeout. I always bring my own food. Sometimes when I don't have time to cook, I just eat instant noodles or bread. Really frugal every day. Ever since I bought my home, it feels like I haven't gone shopping or met up with friends in ages. A place to sleep cost me the next 30 years of my life.
和朋友去个会了，一个睡觉的地方透支了我未来30年的生活。
债200多万，天天。
Debt $280,000. Every day I want to come here and end it all. This bridge is so high, but I don't dare jump. I'm 33 years old and $280,000 in debt. I haven't had a good night's sleep since I got into debt. I don't know how hard it was for you at your worst, but I'll tell you how hard it is right now. I can't even afford a bowl of ramen right now.
我身上现在连1碗拉面的钱都拿不出来。
A few years ago, the real estate market in China's first-tier cities was considered the most resilient. However, in the past year or two, the situation has reversed. Both sales volume and prices have declined in major cities, making them the fastest declining regions in China in terms of housing prices and the most significant contraction in sales. Take Shanghai, for example. In August of this year, new residential sales volume fell 27% month-on-month and 45% year-on-year. The once prosperous Shanghai has become the leading city in decline. As waves of layoffs and unemployment sweep across the country, an increasing number of homeowners are struggling to sell their homes.
都说上海的房价
Everyone says Shanghai housing prices will fall another 50% this year. But what you don't know is that Shanghai housing prices have already fallen 35% from their peak.
已经下跌了35%。
我后悔到现在。
I still regret it. In the mask year 2020, a young man from Wenzhou wanted to buy my home and get married here on the 27th floor. He even invited his parents over, but the offer was $30,000 different. I asked for $1.62 million and he only offered $1.59 million. Look, now the price has dropped $420,000, a whopping $420,000. He came twice and I asked him, "Why are you here again?" He said, "I can't afford a bigger one. I like this one. My girlfriend has come to see it and my parents have come to see it twice."
妈也来看过，来过2次。
The homeowner said she deeply regrets missing this offer. The man who was planning to marry was willing to pay $1.59 million for the condo, but she insisted on $1.62 million and the deal fell through. The condo is now worth only $1.12 million, a full $420,000 drop in value.
扛不住了。
I can't bear it anymore, so I defaulted on my mortgage. After years of struggling in Hangzhou, I finally bought a $420,000 home in Shaoshan with a $130,000 down payment and a $290,000 mortgage for a monthly payment of $1,700. I thought I'd finally have a home in Hangzhou and could work hard, but life gives me a heavy blow. I was laid off, unemployed, and I can't afford to pay. I'm wondering what the point of living frugally is. You can't take anything with you when you die. Why do people have to work so hard? I've been in default on my mortgage for over a year now, and my home has been seized.
多了，房子呢也被查封了。
The blogger said he suddenly realized he still had $285,000 left on his mortgage, and he'd paid $42,000, of which $37,000 was interest. He lamented that his many years of hard work had all contributed to the bank.
今天中介带着一户买家来看房子了，一下子来了好几个人。
Today, the agent brought some buyers in to view my home. Some people showed up at once. Watching them look around and ask questions while patiently explaining everything to them, I felt a mixture of emotions. Thinking back a few years ago when my wife and I viewed this place, we were filled with joy and hope for the future. We imagined how we would do the finishes and plan them, and how we would build our beautiful future here. But now, in just a few short years, we're about to sell the home we've lovingly finished, brick by brick, to someone else. Friends, do you understand this feeling? Do you empathize with it?
出卖给别人了。朋友们，这种心情你们懂吗？能理解吗？
唉，我都想断供了。今天打开了贝壳。
Oh, I'm thinking of stopping my mortgage. I opened the Buycore website today and looked at my property. It's $200,000. Guess how much I purchased it for? $420,000. In just 3 years, a loss of $210,000. I really don't know what the point of living in this place is now. A loss of $210,000 in 3 years. Now I'm still paying the monthly mortgage and all my down payment is lost. Even if I sold the condo, it wouldn't be enough to pay off the bank loan. Now I can't sleep at night and I feel like I've lost my soul during the day. I only make $100 a month and the mortgage payment on the 15th feels astronomical. I'm considering taking the civil service exam or applying for a public institution, but you can't pass them anytime soon. It's too hard, guys.
想着考公、考事业单位，这东西一时半会儿也考不上。唉，太难了，兄弟们。
Our down payment has been wiped out. I paid $420,000 for my home back then, but our upstairs neighbor bought it for less than $280,000. We don't expect to lose $140,000 in just 2 years. The blogger said she posted a video 2 days ago saying her condo had lost half its down payment. Many netizens responded that in Shanghai, properties in that area have dropped by at least $140,000. The blogger couldn't believe it at the time because the listing prices she had seen online didn't show a significant drop. It wasn't until I bravely went to my upstairs neighbor who had just bought a condo and was still doing the finishes to verify the situation. My heart finally settled. They had the same floor plan and the same size, but they bought it for less than $280,000. Honestly, that conversation left me feeling really down. I hadn't expected such a huge difference between the listing price and the sale price. $140,000 vanished in just 2 years. To say I am not heartbroken would be a lie. The blogger said that she and her husband bought a home in Shanghai in 2023, fully expecting it to be the beginning of a happy life. But now it's become a nightmare of diminishing assets. Some might say you're just doing it for your own needs, and as long as you don't sell, you won't lose money. But is that really the case? She believes that's just an ostrich mentality. Others suggest selling now to cut losses before prices hit rock bottom. But the reality is everyone is waiting to see if prices can fall further and who will buy them. She said that although her family needs the condo for their own use, every time she sees prices fall, her heart aches and she expects the prices will rise again.
负债400万，官司缠身，房子面临法拍。
$560,000 in debt, embroiled in lawsuits, and my living space is facing foreclosure. After reading about my life at 38, perhaps you'll feel less anxious. I'm a rabbit born in 1987. I moved from Guangxi to Chongqing. We've been married for 13 years and have a daughter and a son. Now I have less than $42 in my pocket. Our family of 4 lives in Guangdong in a small rundown apartment in an old city district. We buy our groceries on Pinduoduo and get discounts on groceries. Being looked down upon when you are in debt and being distanced by friends and relatives. No friends and no social life. Every time my phone rings, my nerves go into emergency response. We don't have a car to get around, so we ride an electric scooter. Our savings are practically zero. Any money in our bank account is immediately deducted by the bank. The blogger said that she and her husband both come from rural areas, have no background or resources, and rely on themselves for everything. Now mired in debt, they spend their days trying to save more money, pay off their debts, and give their children a better life. She often lies awake at night dreading what would happen if she could no longer bear the burden because her kids are only supported by their parents. Some say they've struggled their entire lives, going from nothing to drowning in debt. It's too awful. But when she sees her 2 healthy children and her tireless husband, she suddenly realizes. True wealth isn't the numbers in the bank account, but the love and support a family brings. At that moment, she feels that life does have some sweetness.
这个月我们又还了9216的房贷。
This month, we paid off another 9,216 yuan mortgage, and we've been paying it on time every month without fail. I checked today and found we still have 240,000 in principal outstanding, which will take 27 years to repay. By the time the mortgage is paid off, we'll be almost 70, and it'll feel like we've been contributing to the bank our whole lives. I often wonder if we hadn't acted impulsively in 2022 and taken out a $280,000 loan over 30 years to buy a condo in Nanjing, when housing prices were high, would our lives be much easier now? But there's no regret medicine in life, we can only look forward.
但人生没有后悔药，只能往前看。
The blogger mentioned they still have an unfinished house in Chuzhou, Anhui Province, which remains vacant. It's been listed with an agent for over a year, and even at a reduced price, no one's interested. Her husband's work is the sole breadwinner, while she, a full-time caregiver for their 2 children, can't afford to work. Now they have no choice but to work hard to save money and increase income. She knows her husband's hard work is tiring, but all she can do is take good care of the family. Regardless of how much mortgage they still have to pay, she believes that as long as they work together, their lives will get better and better. This is the one with the most significant price drop in the neighborhood, right? It's the most significant drop in all of Shanghai. If you ask older Shanghainese which neighborhood has the biggest drop, they'll all say it's Kaohsiung Garden. Hello everyone, I'm Chowning Tsai, who doesn't want to work or live off my parents. Today I'm bringing you to Kaohsiung Garden, a neighborhood that has made a significant mark in Shanghai's housing price history. Guys, this ordinary old neighborhood once sold for over 14,000 per square meter in 2022. Now, just 3 years later, prices have already plummeted by nearly 2/3. That's an outrageous drop, and this magnitude of decline is extremely rare in Shanghai. Why were prices so inflated back then? The blogger explained that this area was once considered a school district property, but prices peaked at 20,000 per square meter. Now it's less than 5,600 per square meter.
真是讽刺啊，房价都跌成这个球样了。
So ironic, housing prices dropped to this extent. I am one of those people who bought a home between 2017 and 2020. Take my condo for example. I bought it for 220,000, but now it's only selling for a little over 80,000. Those priced at 280 are selling for 110 to 130, a loss of 140,000 on each one. The most ridiculous thing is, those who didn't repurchase a home back then have become the big winners. Those of us who worked hard to save and buy a home have become the laughing stock, the complete losers. It's truly heartbreaking and helpless.
真的是既心酸又无奈。
This blogger said that if Shanghai housing prices continue to fall like this, many families won't be able to afford it. This is what's really happening in Shanghai right now.
上海的二手房啊，挂牌量是
The number of pre-owned homes listed in Shanghai is constantly increasing. As of June, there were already 200,000 units listed. What's the mentality among homebuyers now, especially those buying pre-owned homes? They're basically looking to bargain. Someone with a 1.4 million budget wants to buy a 2.1 million condo or a 1.4 million one and wants the seller to reduce the price by 280,000 before buying. Everyone knows that housing prices might get cheaper if they wait, but the cheaper they get, the less willing people are to buy, believing it will get even cheaper. What should we do about this market?
市场该怎么办？
现在上海的房价这么差，
Shanghai's housing prices are so bad right now, I almost fainted when I heard about this morning. A friend of mine bought a condo in Putuo around 2019 for 420,000. This morning, I ran into a neighbor and he told me that the property would only sell for about 270,000 now. And that price is considered a good deal. My friend found it unbelievable and was practically pissed off.
都要气晕过去。
大家听说了吗？
Have you heard? Shanghai suburban towns are completely collapsing. Buying a condo in Shanghai is now possible at Hergong prices. Don't think I'm just talking nonsense. Let's listen. The magic of the Shanghai housing market has far exceeded our imagination. We've noticed that the prices are old, dilapidated, and small homes in the suburbs are constantly hitting new lows. There are more and more properties under 140,000, and the lowest is already under 28,000. Hey everyone, you heard me right. This has happened in all of Shanghai's outer suburbs. The market crash is getting more and more severe.
出现了个例啊，砸盘是越来越狠了。
说来也是讽刺，房价都跌成这样了。
It's ironic, housing prices have fallen so much and I didn't buy a house back then. Those who worked hard to save and didn't take out a mortgage have become the winners in life, while those who worked hard to save and take out a mortgage have become the laughingstock. For instance, consider someone who initially borrowed $140,000 for their mortgage, but now has $126,000 remaining. Yet the house's value is only $130,000. It's truly a complete loss, heartbreaking and helpless.
10年来，今年是房价跌得最惨的一年。
This year has seen the worst drop in housing prices in the past decade, and this National Day holiday saw the lowest transaction volume in over a decade. From National Day to now, the total transaction volume hasn't even reached 1,000. Not even 1,000. You heard that correctly. This means that the daily transaction volume isn't even $100. This is the October 1st holiday. This is the fact.
这个就是国庆节的成交量，也是真实的成交量。
你们说房价还会继续再跌吗？
Do you think housing prices will continue to fall? We bought the condo that's listed with the real estate agent in 2014. At the time, with all the incentives, it was around $1,360 per square meter. Then, after adding in taxes, maintenance funds, parking, and the mortgage payments over the years, even finishing spending excluded, it would take about $250,000 to recoup the investment.
我加起来差不多180万能回本儿。
The blogger said that the transaction price of pre-owned homes has dropped from $380,000 2 years ago to $320,000 last year, and then to $270,000 in March and April of this year.
然后现在
It's hard to sell right now, and there's a lot of competition among sellers. Today, a homeowner has already lowered the price to $210,000. Now that it's dropped this low, I don't want to sell anymore. I want to remove the property from the market. Do you think the price will continue to fall?
觉得房子还会继续再跌吗？
That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.